Guten Tag alle, Herr Wallace hier. Heute wollte ich kurz über das Wort mal sprechen. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it happens to be when you're watching this video. Today I wanted to talk to you about the German word mal. Mal can fulfill the role of many different functions. It just depends on how it's used in context. So let's start our conversation today by just taking a look at some examples. Ich muss das jedes Mal sagen. I have to say that every day or every time. This is used now as a noun. Ich will einmal nach Deutschland reisen. Here it's used as an adverb. Danke vielmals or hör mal zu oder wie viel's 5 mal 5. So you can see that mal is flexible, and this is not even all of its uses. Sometimes it appears just in spoken language, yeah, just as a filler word, if you will. Okay, so in most cases, the German word mal is related to the English word time. So you can have things like letztes Mal sind wir nach London geflogen. Before I go further, remember all nouns in German are capitalized, not only proper nouns but also common nouns. So this is something I'm constantly telling my students to remember when they are writing, because in English we only capitalize proper nouns. Okay, so the es here is because mal is a neuter noun, and es here is like an ending, an adjective ending, so that's why that ends in es. If mal were a masculine noun, for example, it might end in letzte, but it's neuter, so letztes. You also see things like dieses Mal werde ich nicht gehen, this time I won't go. Or das war das 5. Mal in diesem Jahr. So a lot of times you see mal used in combination with a number, because that makes sense for time, like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. In this particular case, war is going to put mal in the nominative case, because it is basically the predicate nominative. And then the e here is fulfilling the role of an adjective ending in the nominative case. So if that's a little too complicated for you, then you need to really go back and look at the cases so you understand them. That's really critical in German, and it's what I would say we learn pretty quickly, at least in year 1, what cases and how to determine when a noun is in a specific case. Okay, so you also see things like ich habe zum 4. Mal den Film gesehen. So here the number is acting as an adjective. Zu is a dative preposition, and again we have several videos of that. But since mal is a neuter noun, that's going to change to dem. So you have zu dem, and then in German you can form a contraction out of that construction, which becomes zum. And then the en here on viert is used as an adjective ending in the dative case. So ich habe zum 4. Mal den Film gesehen. And here what you've seen is the film, so it's the direct object, therefore accusative, and since film is a masculine noun, going to change to den. So technically the plural of mal is maler, but in German you almost never hear this used. For example, you never hear, for example, ich habe den Film 3 Male gesehen. Or if you did, it would be sort of weird, I think. Better to say ich habe den Film 3 Mal gesehen. So you're just kind of putting the number together there. Forming the plural of mal was a challenge, and in the past in German they've tried to use the genitive to do this, but this became rather complex, and it's not used today. And generally, if the word is the number is more than or less than 12, you don't you just use mal for the plural in spoken German. So danke vielmals becomes thanks many times, or ich würde das niemals sagen, I would never say that. Bist du jemals da gewesen? Have you ever been there? Damals hatte ich noch viel zu tun. Back then I had much to do. So these are basically remnants of the genitive type construction here. So when you see a mal with an s, that's kind of a leftover from that. Now, some other useful expressions you might come across using mal. Ich habe das mehrmals gesagt. I've said that many times, mehrmals. Manchmal weiß ich nicht, was ich sagen soll. Sometimes I don't know what I should say. Or ich habe ihn schon x-mal gefragt, ob mitkommen möchte. So x-mal here meaning many, many times. And then ich habe das oftmals gesehen. Sometimes I've also heard the word öftermals, even though you won't find that in a dictionary. It's sometimes heard. Ich habe das öftermals gehört. Okay, so now, das war es eigentlich. Ich weiß, dass es ein bisschen kurz war, aber hoffentlich auch informativ. Vielen Dank für das Zuschauen und auf Wiedersehen.